It is hot out here. Oh my god, I'm sorry. This intro is gonna be like all over the place because I'm trying to find a cool spot to record. I'm about to head out. Listen, we are in the middle of a heat wave, people, so I have not been feeling good. I have been drained. This heat has been like really taking me out. I have only been able to work early in the morning or late in the evening because I don't know if y'all are in the South, but the heat is just unbearable. So forgive me, I'm so sorry. I literally like kind of forgot to post and time just got away from me. I've been so busy. So we're going back. We were up to date. We were completely up to date, but now we're going back about three weeks or so. I don't know. I'm gonna show you guys what has happened up to. I can't wait to show y'all this next video. I'm so proud of myself. First of all, excuse me, I'm excited. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back. It's your girl Katrina. It's your cuz. If you don't know me, sorry, I got on shades because the sun is crazy and my eye was a little swollen, so that's another reason why I ain't really post. But I have like 3 good videos lined up for you back to back, so I'm gonna hit y'all back to back, like 2 days in between, all right, because we gotta catch y'all up. But I'm gonna show you guys in today's video how I made my mantle for my fireplace, sort of like how I made the beams on the ceiling. So if you didn't see that video, go back and watch that one. But this is made the same way. I actually made this one first, but I posted that first. So I'm all out of whack. But the next video, I didn't want to make the video too long because the next video is I'm going to show you guys how I actually stone the fireplace. Y'all, this is why I'm recording in my car, because I don't want you guys to see it. I can't let you see it before, you know, I actually post it. It looks so good. So that video will be out literally on Sunday, okay? I promise you that. Posting this video, and then I'm gonna post that one right after. So part 1, part 2, the mantle, and then the fireplace, all right? And then we going on to the movie room. That's gonna be continued. I got stuff all in my house for the movie room, the boxes and stuff downstairs. So that's coming soon. So sit back, relax. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, don't forget to like, subscribe. I am on my journey renovating my whole entire house from top to bottom, one room at a time, turning this old 1994 house into my dream farmhouse, rustic farmhouse, whatever you want to call it, with a little modern twist. All right, so I hope you like today's video. Get some tips if you want to learn how to build a mantle. Yeah, it came out pretty dope if I don't say so myself, all right? But make sure you turn on those notification bells because you guys do not want to miss the next videos that I got coming down the pipeline. It's gonna be awesome. All right, let me go ahead and run to the store and get back in this cool house because your girl gonna melt out here in the sun. It's crazy. Miss you all, love you all. Enjoy the video. Bye. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am finally going to do my fireplace. As you can see, I already framed it all out. You saw me frame it out from the old existing fireplace. You saw me go pick up the stone, and now I'm going to do the mantle first. So I really want to have an old rustic mantle floating across the fireplace. So I want to put the stud here first. Even though there's a stud behind here, I'm going to put a stud here first that's going to hold the floating mantle. So I'm just going to measure this out because I want my mantle to be almost the exact same width as the fireplace. Almost the exact same width. So the whole entire wall is about 73 inches wide. So I'm going to make the mantle, let's make the mantle. So I'm going to make the mantle 67 inches long. Remember when I was framing this out, I already marked on the sides where all the studs was. Gotta make sure you know where studs are, and then I drew lines across as well. So I'm gonna go ahead, cut my 2x4 down, screw this on, and then I'm gonna get started with the actual stoning of the fireplace. And then comes the beam. So I'm out here at Floor & Decor, as you can see up there. This is where I'm getting my stone from. I priced out many places. I didn't want to do brick in the living room as well as the kitchen, but I did want something that was going to match. I wanted the full stone pavers, but boy, were they expensive. expensive. They are so expensive. So I went with what looks like brick, what looks like stone, but they're called stone ledges. So actually there's no grouting involved, and it will be much easier and faster to put up. So I'm waiting for them to bring it out. And it was so much more reasonably priced. So I'm hoping that it will look good and tie in well with the brick, because that's what I was really worried about. I want it to really match and blend well, the colors. So he's about to bring it out and I'll show you. See right there, the rock ridge. So I wanted to see how it would look in contrast with the floor and the ceiling. Now the ceiling, I'm about to lighten up because I don't like the ceiling. The ceiling is way too dark because my beams are gonna be dark. But I don't like this. I did want a little bit of color, but not a lot. I wanted it to blend with the brick, but it's a little bit too white. It has a little bit of tan. So I just happened to be at Lowe's getting the plywood and stuff for the mantle and for my beams, and I saw this one. It's smaller, but it has more color. And even though originally I didn't want a little the sparkle, I said this goes better. It goes so much better. So I don't want it to fall. So I'm gonna take one down. They're shorter, they're easier for me to work with and easier for me to cut. So let's put them side by side. I feel like it would go so much better because it has more color variations. So once everything is together, once I have the mantle up here, this one would just pop so much better. So guess what? I only bought one box of this because I wanted to see. I gotta go return all of these. I got these from Floor & Decor. These are from Lowe's. This is gonna cost me about maybe $70 or so more, but listen, it goes better. So I'm gonna go with this one, and I'm about to go return this one, and then I'll be back to start. Just so you can see the difference up close, this one is more whiter, and this one just has way more shades, variations, and a little sparkle. So the one on the right is a better choice for me. What do you guys think? So I'm in Home Depot. This was the original color, the Atlantis Pearl. It was too yellow. This is what's in my foyer. So it looks nice up against here, but with the brick and with the cabinets, we didn't want it to be too dark. It's just too yellow. So this is the color that's in the bathroom. Loved it. So they're mixing it, added more white. This is the first time. So they added a little bit more white, and now it should be pretty much the perfect shade. So mixing it all up because I didn't want to have to keep buying so many more colors of paint. So I just took the leftover Atlantis Pearl, and they're quite close, but you can definitely see the difference. The lighter shade would pop better in the kitchen because everything else was going to be dark. So I showed y'all them blending the paint for me because they really hooked me up for free. They added like so much lighter colors to the paint that I had, a 5-gallon bucket, to make it this color. It's going to be the same color as in my kitchen because I wanted it to match and blend with the kitchen and in the family room. Now I know y'all saying it looks almost similar to the color that was there, but it's very different. It's very different. It's lighter. It looks better. It looks brighter. And again, the ceiling and my fireplace are going to be my focal point, are going to be my accent, pieces. The wall, I'm not going to do an accent wall because, I don't want the room too busy. I don't want the drawer too much. Once I add in the decor, once I add in like all of the other pieces, it's really going to pop. So I wanted the walls to be nice, light, and bright. So painting first, and then we're going to go to the mantle. This gonna take forever. I'm such a klutz. I was out here knocking my own camera and everything. I don't know about you, but this Orbit sander really be making my hand hurt when I'm holding it because you have to constantly hold it. It's moving really fast. This was a lot of sanding, but I'm going to mention later on that I kind of should have formed the box first and then sanded afterwards because I was sanding both sides and it definitely was not necessary. So here I am sanding my life away, wasting my sand, little sand things, and I didn't even have to do both sides. Man, this Bosch table saw was nice. It rolls around, it's collapsible, you can expand it. So I rented it from Lowe's and I mitered all my edges. This took me a while because, of course, again, I did all the beams and stuff as well. But this makes it look way more professional. My first time ever doing a 45-degree angle cut. You go, girl. Now for the small one, I have to bring it in all the way. Because I definitely do not want to cut off anything that I want to keep the whole frame. I don't want this to be, you know, too thin. Hopefully that's enough. Let's see. I can't believe how easy that was. I was really worried about, am I going to be able to miter the corners? I didn't know how to do it. But baby, I just did it. So now I'm going to take the tape. I did have a smaller, I had a 1x4, which is technically like a 1x3.5 or so in the middle. And then when I did it, it was just too thin. So I want my shelf, my mantle to be nice and thick and solid. So I had to go get a 1x6, which is like a 1x5.5 or something like that, because they're not exact. All right, so these are 1x8s on the sides, a little short of 8 inches, and this is a 1x6. So now I'm just gonna put tape underneath to hold it, because that's what I see everybody else do, right? That's what I see everybody else do. So I'm going to do that. I should have put this like first. So I'm gonna stand it up and then do it. That's gonna be like kind of hard. I see everybody doing it, but let's see. Oops. I do not want to mess up my little cut pieces. So I literally was doing extra work. I was sanding beforehand, but from now on, when I get to my beams, I'm gonna do all the sanding afterwards. Just makes life so much easier. You don't have to sand every piece. So I will not be sanding anymore until after I have put all the pieces together and applied the wood filler. Let's see if I can get this right. Look at that, baby. Look at that. Okay, and then I'll cut the end piece out last to make sure I have it measured right. Okay, boom. And yes, I know I did not miter the sides because I forgot about it, and I'm just gonna cut a piece to make life easier. By the time I put the wood filler in, that is so not gonna matter. It's so not gonna matter. I'm trying to get this as close as possible. Trying to get it lined up as best as possible. So I know technically you should miter all these, but that's a lot. I have a lot to do, so I'm just trying to rock and roll at this point. Okay, I'm gonna pop this in right here. Now this side is a little bit tighter than the other one, so we're gonna make it work. Just like so. Then I'm gonna sand all that smooth because this side isn't as flush as the other side, but we're gonna make it work. Okay, so I'm gonna glue it and then I'm gonna sand that and smooth it. Okay, the other side is much better. Hey Jody, how you doing? So I'm just going to use the wood glue on the inside, all the seams, all the corners, and then just use that to stabilize it, hold it in place, and then I'm just going to brad nail it in. Make sure these nails go straight through and not, okay, perfect. Look at that. So I'm gonna let this sit for like 1 hour, and then I'm gonna fill it with the wood filler, and then I'll stain it tomorrow. All right, I thought I had wood glue, but I don't. So, well, I do have wood glue, but this is not what I wanted to use. I wanted to use like the putty, the spackle, but I'm gonna do this, run this across, and then I'm just gonna put this across it. So I seen someone else using this, filling in joints, and this is like a welding wood glue from DAP. It's really good, especially for small seams, for cracks. You can blend it in seamlessly. So I got it off of Amazon, and I'll have a link down below in the description box. So this really worked like a charm. Okay, now I'm just gonna apply this because again, I can't find the wood filler and I wanna cover the glue. So I'm just gonna use this because this is completely old and not working. Ugh. This is almost gone. I was saving it, but I'm gonna fill all the holes and let this dry completely. Yes, I am using spackle. I know somebody's probably gonna be like, girl, what? But you can use spackle too. Okay, all right, don't come for me. You can definitely use spackle and it works. And then again, it was time to sand some more. So this is why you wanna wait until after you form the box, because yeah, all that sanding in the beginning was completely unnecessary because you definitely have to sand after you do the wood filling. So just FYI, I did this mantle, this floating shelf first before I did my beans, but I posted that video first. I don't even know why I went out of order. I was kind of waiting to do the whole video as one with like a fireplace, but long story short, this was my learning curve. So here I am actually applying the wood conditioner next after it's sanded. Now, later on, you're going to see me beating up the mantle because I wanted a rustic look. You don't have to do that. You can just do a straight, smooth mantle floating shelf, but because I'm going for the farm style look, I am going to beat it up, but that should have come first. So here I am, I applied the wood conditioner. That allows for the stain to go on smooth. Like you see, this thing is just gliding like butter. I never used the stain conditioner first. So I love it. I love it. It just literally just makes a huge difference. No blotches. It just makes your stain really spread really seamlessly. So I'm using the early American and I'm using the dark walnut mix to make the color blends. It's gonna look so beautiful, so trust me. But again, I did the staining first before I did the beating up. It still worked out, but you should beat it up first and then stain. Either or. But this is the color blend that I use. Of course, I'm using the stain. I'm using the oil base, and I got it from Home Depot. Early American and the dark walnut. Beautiful blend. I don't let my stain sit too long. I only let it sit for about maybe 30 seconds to a minute max, wipe it off, and then do the next coat afterwards. So I did 3 coats. I did 2 coats of the early American and 1 coat of the dark walnut. Again, you can even pour. Sometimes I would pour them together and do it together, but I really wanted to see how I was going, the stages, because I didn't want it to be too dark. So this allows me, doing 1 coat at a time, allows me to control the color variation. Then, of course, you always want to make sure you wipe it off with a lint-free cloth. Now, this was before the heat wave like literally came and just like took us all out. But this is the fun part. I'm in my garage, and excuse the noise in the background because your girl is out here binging like Netflix shows, watching things on YouTube. That's the only thing that's going to keep me going. So I'm probably watching Pop the Balloon or Find Love in the background because I'm out here trying to find love too. And I'm contemplating whether I'm going on that show or not. But nevertheless, I'm using a wire brush. I'm using a chisel. I'm using a hammer, using like a screwdriver, different things, and I'm just banging away and having some fun. You can make it unique. You can make these things custom, but again, you only want to do this if you're going for the rustic look. So this was the fun part, and again, I should have did this before I stained it, but again, it leaves natural divots and scratches and stuff, so it was okay too. Either way is fine. It's yours, so do as you will.
my type initially, I would want to get to know you a little better, but it's literally just initial attraction.
This is the final color that I came out with. I love it. It really looks like a worn out, you know, like mantle. So now we want to protect the color. We want to make sure we seal it in. We want to make sure nothing happens to it, no scratches other than the ones that I put there intentionally. So of course I'm going to lock it in, seal it in with the polyurethane. It's an oil base that I got. And this is going to protect it. It's going to make it scratch proof, waterproof, all that good stuff proof. But I'm only going to be doing a nice thin layer, 2 coats, because I don't want it too glossy. I want to keep that rustic look, that warm feel to it. So again, this is what you want to do. You definitely don't want to skip this step when you are making these wood pieces, because this is going to preserve and protect the longevity of your wood pieces. So doing this, and it's the final step, and I'm about to show you how it looks once I put it on the fireplace. Please forgive me, because when I take the mantle into the fireplace, you're already going to see the brackets on the mantle, on the stud, and I didn't show that piece, but I did show how to do that when I did my kitchen floating shelves. So all I did was use the pocket screws, and I put the 4 pieces onto the 1x4, the size of the actual floating shelf, all right, the size of the mantle, if that makes sense. So I didn't show that, but it's really easy to do, and that's what the mantle is going to hang on and brace on. I have my mantle. I'm going to see what's the best side that I want. I think I'm going to put it on this side for the top. Ooh, it's heavy, heavy, heavy. I'm going to make sure I have it centered. Oh yeah, I'm going to like that. Perfect fit. Okay. I'm going to make sure it's level. Okay. Perfectly level. Perfectly level. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and brad nail it in. Okay. Just making sure this is the look that I want for versus the top versus the bottom. Yeah. Have like nice scratches and dents. It looks really rustic. Let's brad nail it in. I could have put a cleat in it, but I'm not. I'm just going to step back just to make sure it's even, pretty much even on both sides. But to make sure, I mean, literally about the same distance on each side. Once I put the tile on here, it ain't going nowhere. I'm trying to hold it all the way back. For more security, if you want, you can apply liquid nails on the inside before you push your box in, or you can even screw it in. But I didn't want to do that, and I definitely didn't want to have to fill any more holes. So brad nailing it into the 1x4 was definitely all the security that I needed. And then all of the ledger stone is going to be formed around it, so it ain't going nowhere. That's in there. So here's an up close look at the mantle. You can see all of the cuts and scratches and stuff that I created. All the effects to make it more rustic. Again, this is the satin finish. It really has some character. I love the blended color. This is so nice. So I'm definitely gonna wrap this, make sure it's protected, and then I'm gonna start the fireplace. Let me know what you think. All right, guys, that is it for the mantle. So much more to come, but I just want to show you a little snippet of the ceiling because this has been my daunting task. This has been my love-hate project. I completely finished my ceiling at one point. I should have staggered it. Oh my God, I would have been done. But it started out one color. Someone told me to, add more color. I started to change it. Then it just started getting darker and darker. I don't know what was going on with the stain. So I had to rip it all down, start all over again. So that's why you might see sometimes in certain videos that it is still black, but we're doing it all over again in between the beams. So stay tuned. I'll fill you guys in and show you how I do it to make it look much better in another video. Again, the fireplace is coming next, the ceiling, the movie room, the bedroom, the bonus room, the staircase. Yeah, we got a lot left to go. I am tired. I am tired. Pray for me. Pray for me because it's just me at this point. It is literally just me. But don't forget to like and subscribe because even though I'm tired, I am loving this journey and I hope you're loving it too. I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, move in grace and stay tuned for the next one. All right? Yeah. Pray for your girl. Pray for your girl. I hope you guys can see the vision though. I hope you guys can see the vision.